amazing job. I see you everywhere. I'm like, I know him.
Hey,
I see him everywhere. You're doing a wicked job. So keep on doing what you're doing. You're killing it.
Thank you, man. Well, you're an inspiration for me to continue on. I see Johnny Nelson always on my horizon. Like, that's where I need to be. This is the kind of job I want to do. So this is, that means a lot. Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate that. Once again, we're talking about a massive card. And the place that these fights are taking place just keeps getting more massive itself. And we're standing here in what would appear to be like a landing strip airport. I haven't even seen this new construction in Saudi. They call it Runway Boulevard. They're like full-size planes here.
Well, let's look at it this way. We're in London. They bought London. All the beautiful landmarks in London. Look how they turn London on. They turn it into an amazing spectacle. Now we're here in Riyadh. We've got 4 jumbo jets. One's turned into a hotel, one's a restaurant. It makes me think, what's Air Force One like inside?
It's not this good.
But trust me, this is just amazing. And this is just for today.
And this is just for today. But again, Riyadh season pulls up every time and increases the level just a little bit. This time we're seeing a rematch. We're seeing what would be the rematch of the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. And I got to tell you, everybody I'm talking to is split. I don't know how much the first fight informs the second fight. What do you think what we learned the first time out informs what we'll see Saturday night?
Wow. So the first time out, I thought Tyson Fury would win. I thought Tyson Fury would win because I thought you have the ability, you have the size, you had everything going for you to get this job done. You've got the best 2 technical heavyweights in the world currently performing. So Tyson Fury, Brendan calls it, he was 3 smart. He outsmarted himself. He thought, I'm going to show him. This guy's supposed to be a good technician. I'm going to outbox him. I'll show him. And he boxed Usyk's game and Usyk outboxed him. But I've never seen Tyson hurt in such a way, and neither have I seen Usyk hurt in such a way. But Usyk showed more professionalism and a lot of attitude win, and he deserved the win. Whereas Tyson went in there, he was clowning around, he was doing the things that he'd not got away with before previously and was successful. Unfortunately, he was playing the game with the wrong person. Usyk had a professional mentality going in there, and that was the right thing to do. So, in this fight coming now, Tyson Fury, I like Tyson that I've seen this week. No nonsense, spiky. He just stinks, man. He's got a stink attitude. He's not spoke to his wife for 3 months. He's been in training camp. He's like, I've got a job to do. This is the job. This is the responsibility of a champion. That's what a champions want. But Usyk's had that mentality. No nonsense. Tyson's the best boxing 4 player in all the boxers I've ever seen. You know, and he's been great. It's months before a fight, he'll get in your head. He'll either play your friend and tap you on the back and be your mate, or he'll be in your face, trying to undermine you, mock you, or just try and bully you. He's tried all that stuff with Usyk. It didn't work. It went boom straight over it. And Tyson knew that. So he's thinking, damn, that's part of my that's part of my forte. That's what I do. So I think it kind of freaked him, spooked him a little bit. And he still was trying to break Usyk's mindset and spirit in the fight.
But you feel that Fury won the first fight, or should have.
No, he didn't.
I thought you said Fury won that.
No, Usyk won. Usyk won the first, and well deserved it. I believe Fury would have won the first fight, but he went in there with his head up his ass. Now, they've both come back. Tyson doesn't like how it's left him. Look at all the things he said about Usyk before the fight. Jumped up, gap teeth, blah, 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 middleweight. He's not beating me, you're a sausage, all this sort of stuff. Now, regardless, if you're going to shout and abuse somebody and belittle them, you're going to look stupid if they mug you off. Tyson knows he's made them look stupid. They had their press conference at the Guildhall in London, and Usyk came in dressed like he was walking on a yacht, man. Black suit, black gloves on, some briefcase. Fury had to humble himself. Usyk pulled out a picture of him hitting Fury, saying, "Would you sign this?" And
he signed it.
I'd have tore that shit up. You know what I mean? Fury signed it. I'm like, what are you doing, man? He had to humble himself. And I think that day pissed Fury off. I think it pissed him off. And he went away and he took himself away from everybody. And I like this Tyson Fury. When I saw him yesterday, I went, there he is. There you are. You turn up. I want to see what he's like when he's face to face with Usyk. I don't want you to be his mate. I don't want him saying, let's go out for a pint. I don't want him getting in his face. I want him saying, I don't love you. I don't hate you. I just want to knock you the fuck out. Boom, move on with it. Get on with the job. That's what I want from Tyson. The Tyson I saw yesterday, I like that. And I thought,
does that Tyson get the job done?
That Tyson gets the job done.
There are two men that are waiting on this outcome. One has a big hurdle ahead of him before he can get to either one of these men, winning Daniel Dubois. So let's talk about the challenge before the IBF heavyweight champion, Daniel Dubois, and Joseph Parker.
Yeah, I think Daniel Dubois' career is moving in the right direction. He now has the confidence to match his ability. We saw that in his fight against Anthony Joshua. We saw his attitude. We saw he came in. He was a big task. I didn't think he'd win. I didn't think he'd do that. He went in there, blitzed at Anthony Joshua. And so this kid's growing in the successes he's had. Now he's getting in there with a fighter in Joseph Parker, who's a better technical fighter than Daniel Dubois. But Daniel Dubois' style is unique to a young man. And at 27, this style is perfect time for Daniel Dubois to capitalise on the fighter he is. This is a young man's style that he's got. So he can do this up to 30 years old. So until he's 30, he's got to get as many scalps as he can. Now he has the confidence to match the ability.
That Joshua knockout by Dubois, that changed the way you view Dubois and his potential.
Yep.
Could he potentially win a rematch with Usyk?
Yeah, he could. Yeah, he could. Look at how close to away he pushed it with Usyk, and he showed the strength he's got. And you've got to give respect to Don Charles, because Don Charles has managed to get into the psyche and the headspace of Daniel Dubois and pull the best out of him. And people seem to just forget that. They seem to write that off. So now you've got that the muscles off. He knows how to deal with it. But it's a case of, what does Usyk do? Does Usyk want to go back and fight Daniel Dubois if he beats Tyson Fury? He told us he wants to step down to cruiserweight.
It didn't sound like he's looking for that fight.
Yeah,
to your point, what is it? Because you remember Don Charles, he held people account after the fight. He pulled people up, Gareth Davies. Why do you think it is the way it is with him?
If I'm honest with you, with Don Charles is not being given the respect where it's due. And people have disrespected him. They've looked down on him. He's had to eat humble pie when he didn't want to. And he's had to do business with people that don't know our sport and humble himself to those people. So Don Charles, he needed Daniel to win to say, I told you. And I understand him giving it everybody. But you know what? Make your success say, oh. Make your success say, oh. You don't have to lower yourself to that level. You said this, you said that, you said this. Leave them. Because they think you developed amnesia. I knew coming through my career, people gave me shit. And when I became champion, Johnny, you're a legend. I'm thinking, you think I forgot what you said. But I don't have to do that. Your success says it all. So Don Charles, now you have got yourself a world champion. You've molded. Hold it. You know, as long as you know, that's good. Hold it. That's classy. That's classy.
Do you think it's true that we in the media, present company included, can be guilty of having a bit of pop culture approach to the sport? Like, this trainer is the one that everybody's talking about, so we give them more accolades before they're deserving.
Yeah, you're right, you are. And the problem is this. And what happens is, when you're interviewing somebody, if you're giving an answer, you don't question the answer. You just accept it. So if there's certain promoters that are out there, and if you pull them, say, Johnny Nelson said such and such, instead of dealing with what was actually said and addressing it, you gaslight and attack where the information's coming from, instead of actually dealing with the information and giving you that. And you as the media need to pull and say, whoa, we don't know what Johnny Nelson said. Doesn't matter about Johnny Nelson's credentials, what about what he said? And so when you're doing your job, you've got to do your job and pull people to account. So I understand the frustration of Don Charles. I understand the frustration of even AJ. You know, ask the right questions, and then you'll get the right answers. And question the answer, and that's where the credit for the media, they'll get the credit where the credit's due.
How much question does this put to Ben Davidson, who, like I say, I think was a popularity trainer that everybody was given quite a bit of credit to. Joshua seemed to be on a run. His confidence was back. Joshua's back. But now, how do we view Ben Davidson, and what does he have to do
let me tell you,
to prove himself?
I slagged off Ben Davidson when he got the job of Anthony Joshua. I said you get a learner driver the keys to a Porsche. It was unfair of me because anybody in Ben Davidson's position, if Anthony Joshua went to them and said, "Will you train me?" you're gonna say yeah. You're gonna say yeah because you think, "Oh my God, you want me to train you?" So people like Ben or everybody else is going to learn so much from being in there with a former world champion. So of course they're going to say, "Yeah, give me that." The responsibility is not down to the trainer. If AJ is picking your Ben Davidson, it's AJ's responsibility because he's thinking, "I'm picking you for the job." It's a poison chalice because if AJ does good, AJ's a don. If he does bad, the trainer's shit.
But can Davidson now step up and prove that he deserves that spot? What does he have to do to...
Listen, Ben Davidson might be a top tier trainer, but he's going to have to put top tier years in to get the accolade, like Don Charles had, like Brendan had, like they all had. They've got to put the work in. You don't come to me as though you're inventing the wheel. You know, you've got trainers that they're forgotten about because they put their sweat, blood, and tears into it. And some new kid on the block comes because he got a few letters after his name, and he's gone to college and he's showed you how to get down in weight. Or he's saying, "Well, let's do X, Y, Z," and people thinking, "Oh my God, this guy's brilliant." No. And that's why the problem is proper good trainers are being disrespected and dismissed because the public getting suckered in by someone that's apparently invented a wheel.
To that point, Joshua says he's waiting on the winner of Fury Usyk. I don't know if he's got a right to fight the winner. I think Dubois should be in line for that, but he certainly could get one of them potentially. Can he beat either of them?
I think, just my opinion, I think part of the reason why Joshua's not fighting Daniel Dubois next is to see what the result of Saturday is. I think in reality, that will be if Tyson Fury loses, that's still a valuable fight for Anthony Joshua. So why would Anthony Joshua box Daniel Dubois, risk losing to him, then affect the money that can be made fighting Tyson Fury, regardless if Tyson Fury wins or loses? So I understand that. I think for Anthony Joshua to say, "I want the winner of this," everybody's going to say that. He don't deserve that position. And that's just what it is. And the one that does deserve the position is Daniel Dubois. So to get that position, you've got to fight Daniel Dubois again. And no.
If Fury performs the same way, if we see something similar to what we saw the first time, does Joshua beat the Fury that we saw the first time out?
Well, I think the Joshua I saw in his last fight out needs to walk away from the game. My opinion. Just my opinion, because Anthony Joshua has done amazing things. His achievements are ridiculous. What he's done, a kid start from 18 years old, the champions he's beaten, and the experiences he's had. But the way he fought the last time, you can't, there's no excuse for it. Because you box the best, you box brilliantly. And you can't keep forgetting your tools at home. Because you think, as soon as you went out, I'm like, what are you doing? You know, it's like you come to work to do your job, forgetting your microphone. You do it today, I'll borrow someone else's. You do it tomorrow, oh shit. If you keep doing it, you need the sack. This is your job. So when AJ gets in the ring, his job is I've done boop. I've got that experience, off I go. You can't keep leaving it. You know, he might come out in his next fight, might be brilliant. He did that with Ngannou. And he came out and this one. So at this stage, the guys he's fought and the experiences he's had, he shouldn't be making these mistakes repeatedly. He shouldn't be doing it. That tells me he hasn't got the confidence to match his ability. Regardless of what he's achieved, and it's amazing things he achieves, he hasn't got the confidence to match his ability. And so the things he tells you and I, the public, he don't believe it. And that fight told me that. And I love AJ. I'm a fan of AJ, but I'll pull you on bullshit. I do it with Tyson Fury. I do it with them all. I'll pull you on the bullshit. And I just think, it's not until you're in your 40s you're going to look back and think, damn. And maybe deep down inside is thinking, Nelson, be right. On the surface of the day, Nelson, you're a dick. You know what you're talking about. I do.
Sometimes it takes a fighter to analyze a fighter. And I hear a fighter talking about the fights right now. Always Johnny Nelson with the wisdom, with the candid take, and also the inspiration. So I appreciate what you said earlier in the interview, and that's the reason that I do these interviews, is because I'm inspired by guys like you. We'll do it again. We're just at the beginning of fight week. An epic way to end 24. Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk do it again. December 21st, Riad season on deck. Radio Rahim with Johnny Nelson.